say something about your show?
I shit on myself in the womb.
Stop, Phil.
You fucking stink.
You know what? Fuck this.
Oh, because it's Hollingsworth, but it's worth less.
I don't want to hear about whatever you have to say.
The worthless of the week.
Yeah. Hey, you just gonna sit up there the whole time?
It's the fucking Phil Fox Scorpion.
It's a move, man.
You fucking dummy. Ugh. Look at what the fuck? How is it racist? Black people.
Oh, God. Oh, shoot me now, dude. Just shoot me now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the HollingsWorthless podcast. I am your host, Jay Hollingsworth, and yeah, it is so good to be here with my co-hosts. Yes, for those of you who don't know me, I am Manny Martin. I am 1/4 today, 1/3 of the HollingsWorthless podcast. And let me just shout out my co-hosts. The hostess with the mostest, the mechanable Sean McCann. Make some noise for him.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Glad to be here. Happy Thanksgiving.
There you go. And a very special shout out to our other host, especially because he is indigenous. We know that his people have been wronged. We love him. We thank him for being here. The one and only Tyler Smith. How you doing, Tyler?
Hey, I'm not celebrating this holiday.
There you go. Yeah, you know, it's
what, Indigenous Day? Are you celebrating Thanksgiving?
I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving.
Welcome.
I'm celebrating Indigenous Day. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Wait. So which one is Indigenous Day? Is it Columbus Day that turned to Indigenous Day, or is it now Thanksgiving that's all
Day after
Indigenous?
Thanksgiving?
Well, it's actually, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the day after. It's Friday. It's the 25th.
Okay.
I don't know why. I felt like we already had an Indigenous Day, but I'm cool with us getting 2 days.
Yeah, wait, I thought that was African American Friday. Is that not?
I just ran that in my head and got it. Nice.
So stupid. Quick shout out to Natasha Vincent in the comments, the only person to comment so far, along with shout out to Stream Elements, Bot Running, and all the other 47 people in the comments who haven't yet spoken. Thank you for being here.
They're doubling up on holidays for minorities these days. That's how disrespectful.
We got the last pick of the litter. Yeah. So
6 to 8, it's Native or Indigenous Americans for the rest of the day.
She has gotten so big. Shout out.
Yeah, she's been real needy today, so we'll do this for a second and let her go.
Yeah, that's how my cats are. So yeah, what is everybody's thoughts? First off, let's start off with what are the typical Thanksgiving traditions that you guys do for the holiday?
What do you got, Tyler?
It's always dinner at the fam.
Okay.
And we usually we'll talk about we'll always have like Christmas movies playing in the background.
Okay.
Nice.
It's almost always a Harry Potter film or Star Wars. It's either Star Wars or Harry Potter.
You guys don't fuck with A Christmas Story?
I mean, maybe more towards Christmas.
Okay.
But to gear up, we always like hit with one of the crowd favorites, and it's always gonna be sci-fi.
There you go. Okay.
Is the sound down too far?
It's probably even off, and there's a game going on.
Okay.
And then I'm the only one who's watching it. I think this is just my own tradition. Usually on watching the game. It's usually on my phone, and I'm like just off in the corner.
And I'm in the toilet.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that. She is. Yeah, you were cat sitting today.
Man.
Yeah, I would say for me, if we're talking about holiday traditions, so I have my black family and then I have my white family, right? Black families, it's a little tense because everybody's always like, there's always like a fight that goes down at Black Thanksgiving, right? And it's always about something that happened in the 60s or 70s. Some old shit comes up. Also, it's like, who made the dish? Oh, I know you like my dish better than her dish. It's always something like ridiculous. Then people fight, they cry, they make up. And then there's always that one relative that shows up with just Tupperware. You know what I mean? And you're like, you didn't make shit, but you just taking home a bunch of shit.
How many people come to? How many people do you have at your Thanksgiving?
So if it is Black Thanksgiving in the Bay, it's like 20 deep, 20 to 25 deep.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of mouths. Like, and it's people popping in and out throughout the day, coming and going. White Thanksgiving is probably like 10, 15, or maybe 10, 11 people, but it's
That's still a
also
lot.
coming and going. Yeah. So it's been a while since I've had just like a 4-person, 5-person Thanksgiving. So what about you, Sean?
Yeah. We used to have the tradition of the turkey and all that kind of stuff. And then because I lived far from my folks, then we'd meet up and do dinner somewhere in some city. And this year we're going to continue that tradition with going to a casino and then going to a barbecue joint and having some really good barbecue.
See, that sounds like once you've been alive for over 40 years, that sounds like the way to go. You know what I mean?
It's great. It's all the energy. I love the casinos, man. I just love the lights and the sound and the people and so it's gonna be a good time. And plus, dude, Vegas gets all Christmassy.
Oh, okay. So, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they could soup and they go Vegas Christmas style, like everything's over the top. So that'll be fun too.
Dope.
Yeah,
man,
I like that.
Homeless Christmas people. Oh, so cool.
I'm in a gated community.
You don't see it. What's the temperature like down there?
It's like 56.
Oh, okay.
So now
this was a little cold.
So now they're back in the streets now, right?
Again, I have a gated community, so
gotcha.
I just don't see that.
Oh man, I had an incident happen. I want to say like 2 years ago with Thanksgiving. I think that people, I don't know, like they get on their soapboxes, and sometimes it's just like, dude, I'm just at the checkout line. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like there was this lady. I was in 7-Eleven. I was just grabbing something real quick. And small talk, all of a sudden it was like, and I was like, oh yeah, I hope you have a nice Thanksgiving. She was like, oh, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't think the country should celebrate Thanksgiving. And I was just like, okay.
You and me both, sister. Right behind her in line.
Oh man, it was just too much. I was just like, clearly I don't know. I get whatever. But it's literally a 30-second interaction. I just want to get in and get out. Please,
dude, elaborate. What, man? It's so funny because I use Christmas as a perfect example that I'm not religious.
Right.
And when Christmas comes around, I don't think of religion at all. It's straight up trees, Santa Claus,
totally.
And the holiday spirit. Like, I love it. So, I mean, wouldn't me and so many other people who aren't religious, wouldn't we all be raising Cain, like raising up and saying, yo, Christmas has to go. Right. This is a dude, who cares? If you're religious, dude, that's a great day for you. And if you're not, who cares? How dare you have good intentions with a comment? Yeah, right? It's like saying, hey, how's it going, man? Oh.
Yeah,
you're like, whoa.
Yeah, I didn't ask you to unload all of the world's problems.
I don't know
on
you.
Me. Like, man, I don't care what you're. You know what I mean? Like, I wish you the best, but I'm just literally trying to get in and out of this store. And so, I mean, ideally, the whole situation of the natives and the pilgrims are fucked up. We all know it, but it's like, come on, man. Like, I didn't sign up to, feel bad today, So anyway,
wasn't my idea,
Come back.
Oh man, do you guys partake in any of the Black Friday deals or shopping?
Dude, I've been saving up so much, like so many urges to buy things, and I've been putting them on a list, and I'm buying them all on Black Friday.
Hell yeah. Okay, what's going on, Divide Equinox? Shout out BS Jeffrey in the comments.
Okay, so like what do you got?
Like what are your hot things?
So I'm gonna get 2 4K televisions.
Ooh,
one for me, one for Tori. I'm thinking, like, I don't know, man. It depends on
what. Can you explain
that
to people who are watching? Why that makes sense to me. It makes sense to Manny. Wait, two TV things.
And also, are they going in separate rooms, or are they going like over?
They're going right next to each other, baby. Okay. We're gonna do. We'll have 3 screens in the living room. So we'll have the 75-inch on the top, and then we'll have 2, probably 45, maybe 55K, like 45 inches with 4K on the bottom. So it'll be like a triple setup.
Nice.
I see what you're doing, and so you guys can play next to each other on similar sized TVs at the bottom.
Exactly. And we can sit next to each other because both of us like to sit up close, crisscross applesauce. We're both like child gamers where we like to sit right up to the front, you know?
That seems like such an amazing relationship, man. Good for you.
The dream.
Fuck. Yeah.
Dude, it's really nice. It's really
I don't even know her. She could beat on you. She can steal your stuff, but everything
burn
else
you with
said
cigarettes.
sounds
Oh
dope.
no, I'm ignoring a lot of red flags because of the game.
So right now, because people don't know, you have like a 75-inch up top, right?
I have a 75 up top and a 45 down below. But that 45 is like ancient. They're on the wall.
Both on ceiling stands or wall, whatever they call them. So they're like floating. Yeah.
They're wall mounted.
Wall mounted. That's it.
So it's a fine setup, but I do want to just get 2 4Ks and then we can hook up our PlayStations. Our PlayStations are 4Ks and our TVs aren't. So we're missing out.
Oh yeah, you don't have 4K.
On all these graphics.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. So 120 refresh rate, all that stuff, right?
Oh,
all that.
240, man.
Yeah.
240. So I just started playing God of War because King said it was amazing. So I started it.
Wait. So you're playing the first one, not
the very first one. Yeah.
What?
There's like a few, I think. There's like
wait. So you're going back and playing. Oh, wait. So are you playing the first PS5 like / PS4 one?
PS4,
or are you playing...
yeah.
Okay.
That's
you're not
so
going
funny.
back. To
you're
the
going
PS4.
on
all
the PS5.
Yeah.
And it's all like, so I started.
You hear there's a good new game, so you buy the series start from like 95.
Wait, you bought the 95 one or you bought
no. It's very, dude, it's blowing my mind how good the graphics are.
Oh, dude, yeah. So he's playing God of War that came out probably like 2 or 3 years ago. That's
and then there's
first
God of
one
War
in the PS4 series.
Oh, you mean the PS4 series? Not like
And then there's a God of War 2.
Yeah,
something.
Ragnarok
for 5.
Right.
But
so
this new one is like, or the one you're playing is phenomenal. I love that game. And so.
Yeah.
B.S. Jeffrey says there's an online
Galaga.
Galaga is how you say that? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never said that word, but I've seen it my whole life on a video game, but I've never actually said it.
Did you see Kevin Garnett trying to pronounce equivalent?
No.
Oh my God. You have to YouTube it. I don't know if one of you guys can pull it up right now and then like share it. It probably the audio wouldn't work, but he tries somebody spins a wheel and it says name the equivalent player, blah blah blah. And like so he tries to read it, he goes, name the equivalent of it, like just the way he said it, it was just like embarrassing. I was like, good God.
Oh God.
But that's what happens when you come straight out of high school. You know, and then you've been passed all the way through high school.
Yeah, you've been treated a certain way. Yeah,
they're giving you A's just to play, or B's or C's, whatever.
This is what I was gonna say too, dude. On the game front, so I got a 4K TV, and then I got the sound, and it has Dolby Vision, and then I got a 4K. Or I'm sorry, then I got a sound bar that has Dolby Atmos, so it's the sound bar and the speaker back there, dude. I was playing yesterday. It's so amazing, and plus this is a PS4 game on a played on a PS5. Like, it looks amazing. So I can only imagine what the newest one looks like. So I'm stoked to get to that. But dude, I'm sitting there playing yesterday, and there was this weirdest noise that was like kept clanking from up in the corner of the house. And dude, I'd mute it and it would go away. And I'm like, dude, I'm not timing it right.
Yeah.
This Dolby Atmos is so insane
that it had you believing.
Dude, because Atmos doesn't just go around you like 5.1 does or 7.2 or whatever you have. It goes up and dude, and it works. It's insane.
Dude, that's awesome.
Movies have Atmos now, you know, and
but
Dolby
you need to be on point. You need to do your research though when buying a Dolby Atmos though, right? Because it's like not all of them are built equally. Or
that's true. And the real Dolby Atmos ones that are like set up with all the speakers and all that stuff are crazy expensive. But dude, I got the sound bar, which is I think it's a 7.1, so it has 7 speakers inside the sound bar.
Okay,
and then it's got the bass speakers. And dude, it's insane.
Nice.
It works great. Yeah, so
I can only imagine like a movie with that.
So, I gotta watch Top Gun still. I haven't. I want to see it for the sound.
See,
you gotta send me the link. I'm not too impressed with my sound bar.
Oh, it's good. This is a Sony one too. And then I have a Sony downstairs, which is just like a regular. I think it has Dolby something, and dude, it sounds amazing too.
Shit, man, I got it. You know, so yeah, Black Friday I always feel like is the best time to buy shit. I mean, I already got 2 games that were, that's when I usually get all my games, is like when they're like half off. Like I bought a shitty game that I probably shouldn't have. It was Gotham Knights, which is nowhere near the Arkham series.
Dude, I was really disappointed by it too. And it's on Black Friday. Is that what you bought that today?
Yeah, I already bought it. So it was like $40, but I could have got it for 35 at Walmart.
I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, man. And
I
then
should have held off. I'm just too much of a fan.
Yeah, seriously. But it wasn't the Arkham series. And then the other one I got was Horizon Zero Dawn. So I got that the Forbidden West one. Yeah.
Why'd you get that?
Well, I played the first one. I just wanted to see how the story ends, but I know Jay can't play as females. He hates it.
Oh, he does. Something. That's true. Dude, I have so my PlayStation I got came with the thing for Horizon.
See,
whatever.
I should have just asked you if you.
I didn't even know if it was good or not. I haven't done anything with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's decent. It's like it's one of those where it probably takes a minute to get into. For me, I gotta mentally get into a game in order to play it, because if I'm gonna do something like Elden Ring, like Tyler, I have to mentally get prepared that I'm going to spend more than 40 hours of my life in this game.
Yeah, clear your calendar, bro.
You really do. And it's like, I have a toddler now, man, and that dude like takes up all my time. So I'm just like, can you just sit in a shitty diaper for a little bit longer while I try to beat this boss? Or
it's good though. It's good to have those games that you can actually pause though when you have a real life,
Yeah, totally.
Like if you're playing like Call of Duty or something,
right?
Or Apex. I like to play a lot of Apex or Fortnite.
You
can't pause it. You can't.
No,
dude, it's so tough. It's like I know I don't need it, but I've seen like there's a 65-inch 4K TV for like 200 and something bucks, and I'm just like, exactly. I'm like,
kind of need it, man.
Yeah, I'm like, but
4K is the old stuff too. It's like 8K is what you want now, and it's like,
man,
that's true. Like, god dang. So that's why I'm only getting the 4K, because it's like a ridiculously cheap price right now.
But then it's like, at what point is it going to be where you can't really tell the difference? You know what I mean?
Probably can't right now, to be honest. I gotta sit so close to the TV to see things and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, you remember back in like the 90s when you were like, man, this looks so crisp. And it's like, but it always takes that generational gap for you to like look back and be like, damn, we were like looking at blurs.
But see, that's changing now, dude. That's changing now, because there's an actual name of it, and I can't remember it right off the top of my head, but it came up with all the Retina displays that came out and stuff, that we are reaching a point that your eye can't distinguish between any more pixels. Totally. So we're getting to the point where
that's great though, because that means they're gonna start improving something else,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, we maxed this shit out. Now what do we do?
Now we're living in the movie, or we're virtual reality kind of thing. But I'll always remember how Sean broke down the timeline of like technology. It's like, what is it, fire to whatever, took forever, and then it's just these little increments of
it like halves itself all the time. It's actually, you can depend on it so much that I might be getting this wrong, but they understand like how fast chips can be, like microchips, because they can actually tell you how much better it takes. I'm going to screw this up, but it takes a certain amount of actual known time to reach a level that it can process more, and they know how to calculate that. So it's super weird. Like, we actually know how and when we can make better and better things.
Wow, isn't that insane? I mean, if we don't like end the world, I mean, it's like, where will we be in the next 200-300 years if we're not extinct?
Oh, dude.
Dude, I literally think about it, and it's like, isn't it wild to think that like this, like, I'm trying to pull it out. Let's see. This is like 16 gigs, you know what I mean? Of like, of data. Yeah. Thinking about how like it's so much more powerful than what my Nintendo was, basically. It's like,
dude, this is 128 gigs.
Yeah, isn't that insane to think? I mean, it's like, it just continually, like, we're putting more and more data on smaller things. There was like, I don't know where they are with it now, but there was this little clear holographic thing where it was like they had the whole Bible stored on it, like memory-wise. Yeah. So technology is just continually getting better, which brings up one of the next things I actually wanted to talk about. I actually watched this video, and they scientifically found a way to make your genes like rejuvenate them, essentially. So they took two mice, same age, they were just old as shit. they actually plugged, or they did something with its genes and the telomeres to where they made the mouse younger, its brain was more functional. I mean, they said that they
Wow.
basically found the fountain of youth, and they could bring you back to like your 20s essentially. Would you want to do it? Or
Yep.
so one, would you be part of the guinea pig like trials? Or and two, I guess once they do it, how many times would you rejuvenate yourself? I love the J background, by the way.
I would do it.
I should have swapped it.
I'd do it, dude, because
Yeah.
you know, it's the thing you think about, like when they say the youth is wasted on the young. You
Yeah.
know, it, all the things I know now, and I know how to like move. If I
Right.
could go back to my 20s with all of this,
That's a good point.
kill the game. But the other side is if I could do it, everybody else could.
Right.
And so now
Now
it
now
doesn't
it's
mean
a
as
more
much.
competitive
Yeah.
type of. Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder. It's like if you knew you had another 1,000 years on you, or another. They said, and then they also
That's
said,
insane. I never
Yeah.
thought of it like that. But yeah, what if they said you have 1,000 years left?
"Wow,
You would just waste, dude. The whole world would collapse if people could
Yeah.
live 1,000
Oh, yeah, dude.
resources wise. But
Right.
dude, the level or lack of
Mm-hmm.
motivation and ingenuity, like, dude, everybody does stuff in this world because they're on a time schedule.
right,
Like Elon Musk wouldn't be doing the things he's doing if he had 1,000 years.
right." He'd be like, "I'll just chill this first 100, and then
No fire.
I'll wait until I'm at year 900 to really get it going."
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
it's wild though. But I mean, if you knew,
Could you
you could-
imagine you popped off in your 900th year? I finally got my special.
I did it.
900 years it took.
Yeah, I guess that's also the question. How many years is too many years? Like for you mentally, I mean, would you want to go to the end of time where stars are burning out and there's nothing in the universe? And
It would look
For that
tight.
reason.
yeah, yeah,
It'd be cool to be there for that reason. But
totally.
Mm.
But I almost wonder. It's like, will the final civilization, if they make it beyond global warming, everything else, would they get to the point where they don't need anything else? They're just able to have, what is it, the fusion, where it's like they just create unlimited energy and just keep a planet going until the end of time.
until the sun burns out. I mean,
if you could figure out a way to even just create new elements, you're just doing it yourself. You don't even have to worry about the sun burning out because you just create either a Dyson sphere or something else that, just keeps energy on the planet.
dude.
You
Yeah.
get bored. You get bored real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
you
true.
just yeah, I don't know what you would end up doing.
And then
But-
how does business sustain that? And how do you make money, whatever the form of money is at that point? Like,
Dude,
I don't know. I just,
could you imagine how many houses you would own if you were like a savvy person? You would end up buying
Yeah.
like a whole fucking neighborhood.
It's straight up monopoly, right? I
Oh,
mean,
for sure.
but what if
that's
you just stayed in the same house like the folks down in the South do? And so
Yeah.
now you're, like we see somebody like, dude, you lived here 45 years. That's insane. But instead you're talking to somebody like, dude, you've been here 938 years. That's crazy. You
Mhm.
need to do your dishes.
It's like
yeah,
like I planted this forest and it's like all these fully grown sequoia trees or some shit.
Right.
Just like a redwoods in his backyard.
How
That'd be tight.
weird.
yeah, man. That's just but I would assume that it would be only the most wealthy people could do it. I mean, you're gonna charge,
Oh yeah.
probably
Plot A or
billions.
B.
Because think about this: Jeff Bezos probably doesn't want to die.
Oh,
You
yeah.
think about Bill Gates. Maybe he wants to, be around longer. He wants
Yeah.
to travel to another planet. And so, I mean, that's when you start colonizing other planets and you start trying to see it all. And so,
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
because you get bored here, they're like, "Oh, the Earth is for poor people. I'm over on, Jupiter."
Man.
Dude, that's why a guy like Elon wants to make electric cars and rockets to space and ways to transfer money that's paperless. Like he does all of these things. Think about it. He sold his first company for some stupid amount of money. It was right. You get to a point, man, where it's just like you have everything, you have access to everything. Now what?
Right.
And so you start
Yeah.
thinking in ways that us normal folk don't. I'm going to
Like, oh,
make a
shit.
company that makes rockets.
Well, people
Yeah.
could take this away, or it could be taken away from me by all these idiots on the planet. So I got to figure out a life raft to get
That's
my
right.
billion rich ass out of here.
Wow.
True,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, they're
It's
doing it.
true.
So,
But
I guess
I was
on
gonna
that
say-
note, go ahead.
With how old I am, I'm still getting I still am blown away by things I'm discovering. And one of the things I'm excited about for Thanksgiving, because I recently discovered brining my chicken. Like, I don't know if you've ever done this before.
No, please.
But you guys,
after Thanksgiving dinner?
no.
Go to the next room. Oh. Is that what brining your chicken is, or is it an actual way to cook chicken?
In your parents' bathroom?
No. You're ruining this. Brining your chicken is soaking your chicken or like whatever poultry in like salt water, essentially.
Oh, okay.
For like a day, like 12 hours. And then when you cook it, it makes it so the meat can't like contract while it gets heat. So the juices don't get squeezed out of it. So when you like, even if you overcook it, if you burn it, it's still juicy meat. It's like, it's so crazy.
See, that's the kind of white people stuff that kills black people, because we already have high blood pressure, and then you're telling us to put salt water on it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do that. Tell him, Tyler, it changes the game. Chicken breast
changes the
tastes
game.
like the dark meat.
I mean, that's not how I would describe it. It's juicier.
Okay. All right. So I think we'll have to try that soon. Have you guys ever
convincing my family to brine the whole turkey, which takes like 2 days, and you got to put it in this like 5-gallon, bucket of seawater.
Shit.
It's like insane.
Have you guys ever done the fried turkey?
No, just
we've done it
on TV.
Yeah,
my
I've seen
family's done
everybody's
it
house
every
burnt down.
time. We've done it every which way, but it always comes out super dry after like the first couple bites,
Oh shit. Okay, what about a turducken? Have you ever?
No.
Dude, my homies just bought one. My rich friends,
Oh.
They had like a fucking cooler sent to them from, I don't know where rich people get their shit, like some sort of exotic meat website.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a turducken. I only hope it's just a regular turkey chicken duck and not like, a bald eagle and like a fucking
Pterodactyl and shit.
Yeah, just like
man.
whatever fucking.
I'll ask you about something else off the air. I wanted to know what happened with your response to an old employer. What was I gonna ask you?
Dude, I'll tell you right now because it's fucking insane.
Okay. So wait. So
give the story.
Tell the people, give the story. Tell the people who are watching.
So recap, worked a job for the last 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. At the end of it in June, they ran out of money, couldn't pay their employees, told everybody they'd pay them in good faith if they stayed on. So I stayed on for another like 3 months up until like September, which is I think it was 4 months.
Yeah.
And then finally just got completely laid off. And so I filed an L&I claim to get paid for the last 4 months because they never paid me for it. And L&I hit them up, told them my case, told them what I was saying. They responded with, yeah, he wasn't working here. Like just
I knew
it.
that. That's right. Yeah. Right.
So then I responded with all my like evidence that I was clearly working there.
Emails,
emails and statements and conversations. And then they responded with, it's unclear to us if he was working here or not.
L&I?
No, this is what my boss responded to the
Unclear.
So that's what the old boss responded. He's like, it's unclear to us. We're not sure if he was actually working.
Are you shitting me? Wow. That's
like
dirty, dude.
So they're like, we'll agree to settle on a lower amount is what they wrote back. And then that's what L&I responded with me saying, hey, they'll settle at a lower amount if you want. And I said, I'll settle for nothing less than my fucking contracted salary.
Yeah.
Like,
dude. So what's the next steps?
So now they have to respond and then they'll make the decision. And if L&I sides with me, then I guess they send them to collections essentially.
Wow. Dude, that's so shady, man. It's like,
it's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Pretty fucked.
So they're still in business.
Yeah, they're still working. And
what?
Yeah, they're still doing their thing. And I reached out to their biggest client to tell them about my woes with them and like that, this company, all their shady deals. And they're like, they said they're gonna look into it, but it's what can I tell them? What can I get them to do?
Yeah,
right? They're like, we can't give up our point of sale system right now. So, and I'm like, well, you might lose it anyways because they fucking owe so many people money. So they're like,
wait. So they were a point of sale business, or
That's what the company I worked for was a point of sales
Oh,
company.
gotcha.
And then I called one of the retailers. But
man,
yeah, dude,
that's
it's kind of
crazy.
fucked. It's really fucked.
And it's crazy that company was like molesting people too. I'm just like, I don't even. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Just trying to get all their like people to leave them.
You have to do it like it was either Norm or Gilbert Gottfried did. Oh, I think you might have done it to Gilbert Gottfried actually. Norm did it to Gilbert. But he's like, hey, and I just want to be clear, Gilbert is not a rapist. He's not a molester. There's rumors going around, and I want to state it clear, Gilbert. Keep going on and on. Like, dude, I never thought he was. But thanks, bro.
But man, like this company, they promised me double my paycheck to stay on, and I stayed on, and now they're trying to give me less than what I was actually salaried at.
Did they have that in writing?
I do have it in writing.
I
do have it in writing. Yeah.
That same thing, dude. I if you remember, that happened to me where I was working at a place in Bend, Oregon. They didn't pay me for a couple months. I think it was more than a month. I think it got to 2 months. And so I went in and told them, hey, look, this isn't going to work. And they said, hey, check this out. They were going to pay me something stupid. It was almost like doubling my pay. And they said,
they sound like gambling addicts, you know?
You don't even have to work for us.
Double or nothing.
Just come in here, use this as our office, and then we can come, have you do things for us when we need something done. And I was like, you guys can't even pay me what you owe me, though. Like, why would I continue doing this?
Dude, it's insane to me. It's
ridiculous.
just, you think about how many shady business people there are. I think in order to be like somewhat of a successful like business person, it almost feels like you have to be shady. It's like every successful business like I've ever known, it has like some shady like dealings. Like even Parlor was like fucking, just all kind of shady shit.
You have to be there. There was a saying, I'm going to dice it up a little bit, but it kind of stuck to me. The notion is that you have to be successful, you have to be good with fucking other people.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
I just don't have anything.
I know people have been successful. Some of them may come out and say, no, that's not true. I don't do that, or other people. But dude, as an overriding principle, you have to be like that.
You have to be willing. I mean, look at Shark Tank. Look at how they step on people, and they're like, "I'll give you this if you do this." Like,
give me 50% of your company, and I'll give you some of the money you need.
Yeah, right, dude. Exactly. So the other thing we were alluding to, I was going to say, thoughts on Elon Musk taking over Twitter.
Love it.
What about you, Tyler?
I think it's hilarious. I think it's great press.
I'm not sure about it. Like, to be honest, I'm just like, I don't know if he understands everything. I mean, as far as social media, it's like, I know that it feels like he's torn between two huge companies, Tesla and Twitter. I mean, the $8 thing to verify yourself seemed a little crazy. I mean, you got to generate some sort of revenue, right?
It's iteration, man. I think that's what's funny. It's funny for me. So I work in product, and so this is what he talks about, and the things that are going on are totally normal. It's funny to watch all the people who comment and respond to the things he's doing. There's big stories about it. There's TikToks made. Yet none of these people have any experience in that or know what they're talking about.
Right.
And they say, like, he's messing it up. I see engineers from Twitter like, yeah, and he just fired everybody and doesn't care about this and doesn't care about that. And he's throwing out the $20 thing, then it's $8, and he takes it away. And then he asks people, should I do this? Should I do that? Dude, he's literally doing what you do in product, and he's experimenting. It's calling you deliver quick and fail fast. So you put it out, you try it, especially if you have a lot of resources like he does. You put it out, try it, and pull it back. Amazon does it all the time. Google does it all the time. My company, we do it all the time. It's a totally normal thing, but it's funny. And then somebody came out and said, you're an idiot. You don't even understand, what you're doing or how this works. And he is merely the chief engineer.
Right.
And he is he's done SpaceX, PayPal, Tesla, the Boring Company. Dude, Neuralink. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, so dude, I think it's great. What I'm excited about Twitter is that Twitter looks like it does right now, acts like it does, works like it does. It's gonna be a whole new place. When he talks about it being the town square, it's not just about that. It's a place where everybody will come and continue to do their 140 characters. he's going to open this up into a whole huge ecosystem that's going to expand and expand. It's starting with this because it has an infrastructure already.
Right.
He's not starting from scratch, and that's why he did this. That's why he spent $44 billion at $54 a share when it was only worth like 42 or 38 or whatever. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's the dum-dums with the voice that don't know what they're talking about.
So maybe you can tell those of us who don't understand or know. So is he getting rid of all the bots, or how does that work?
Yeah, so that's but it's like he said,
clearing the swamp, draining the swamp.
He's getting rid of all the junk. He's the one that's running the council now.
Okay,
you know, so it used to be a council of all these individuals within Twitter that were brought in for whatever reason. What he's doing is he's going to head the council with full overriding ability to say who can stay, who can go, who gets blocked forever, who doesn't. But then he's going to form a committee.
Right.
Made up of people with stark differences of opinion from all sides of everywhere.
That's smart.
Means he's hiring a Nazi.
Right.
So okay, so I guess my final question pertaining to my final comment pertaining to Twitter. It's interesting to see all those people who are like, yeah, I'm getting off Twitter. Fuck Twitter, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think people realize how hard it is to build a social media platform. I mean, you've seen Trump and Truth Social. I don't know how that shit's going.
Terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
I get 0 likes on my post there.
Nobody's having an impact either when they do that. It doesn't. Trent Reznor just left. He's like, dude, you're a baby. Yeah. Who cares? Go. You're not proving anything.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is thank you for the update on that. Let's see, what else do we have going on?
I really feel like you guys should brine your chicken though, just so we like just try it out one time.
Say it, now I just think of what Sean was talking about. I'm like, yeah, I'll go brine it later. What did BS Jeffrey say? Twitter also needs not alter the feed. I want to see the tweets of the people I follow in order of posting. I don't want to go ahead.
See what they like.
I don't want to see what they like. Where else they commented, just the tweets in timeline order.
Gets messy. Yeah. I don't use Twitter. I only see it when it's attached to a story.
Yeah, the only time I really look at Twitter like really hardcore is during the election, because it's like there's people on there who seem to understand and know numbers way better than I do. There was quite a few people who were telling us about the Nevada stuff before it happened. Same thing with 2020. They were like, oh, what you're seeing is this correlation here, and this party seems to do more mail-ins than this party, so you're gonna so I mean, essentially there are like kind of political gurus online who share all this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, dude, that whole Twitter thing's it's fake. It's none of it's real, right? It's not like a real place. It's weird they pull so much news from it as opposed to like you're talking about. It should be a way to maybe disseminate information. But you know what it became? The 140 characters, the intent behind that was just say something quick, and and make it about yourself, whatever. What it turned into was I have 140 characters come up with something super funny that everybody's going to click like it on. And dude, none of those people are funny that do that. Right. So it's just a bunch of people hacking together garbage, all fishing for a like. It's gross. It's gross to watch, dude. I hate watching it.
Totally. Yeah. Okay. So this was on my mind today. I said, like, there was this guy who posted, something, and he was this comic who used to just kind of show up whenever there would only be like a big name, right? He would try to be like, hey, what's up, Manny? Hey man, can I hang out? Can I come sit with you? And I'm like, oh, you only want to show up when there's a huge comic on stage. You don't want to show up for any of the shitty comics when I'm just there by myself, And so this is about reading the room for young comics. Like, there's two types of reading the room, in my opinion. There's reading the room when you're on stage, of course. And like I've seen, like, we have multiple friends who have been on stage. They didn't get any real laughs, maybe 2 laughs during the whole show. They're like, bro, I'm on a different level. When they come back to the green room, they're like, I just fucking killed it, man. Did you hear those roars out there? And you're like, are we watching the same fucking show? And it's just like, God, I'll never understand that. Like, I know when one joke goes bad, like in the midst of, 10, 15 that all went well, yeah, I just want that one joke back to redo it. But we know people who just for some reason can't seem to read the room. Also, know when to read the room in the green room. Know when you don't need to be the funniest person.
Mhm.
Know when the headliner doesn't necessarily want to be bothered. Know when, like this same comic continued like bothering a comic, like this pretty big headliner. I'll tell you guys afterwards. But he just continually like was like, hey man, can I get some more advice? Hey man, can I get some more advice?
Yuck.
And like years later, he showed up to one of his shows and he was like, hey, can I go see whatchamacallit in the back? That he's my mentor. And the headliner, he texted me. He was like, the headliner was literally like, yo, does that? He was like, your man came and he tried to like come in the green room and security asked me. And I was like, does that even sound normal? Don't let him back here. You know what I mean? It's like,
Wow.
know when like people aren't vibing with you. And it's like, there's just certain people in this world that just don't understand when people aren't clicking. It's like, I just, it's exhausting. So yeah, know when to read every situation, know when to read business, know when to read even just a normal conversation. So that's my 2 cents.
Man, I wish I was blind to it like some people.
Yeah.
Like just the situations you find yourself in when you're completely ignorant to the situation.
I mean, Sean, you have been on both sides of the coin, right? Where it's like you've been the producer where people are like all in your face and trying to be buddy, and you're like, get the fuck away from me. Like, I don't.
It is a funny that's another world that like it can comedy can be super real or it can be super fake.
Yeah.
And sometimes at the same time, like, dude, I've met the realest people in comedy, but then also the complete fakest people.
Yeah.
And even to the point, like, there's this one guy I hadn't seen in a long time, and I had, got him in Bumbershoot in Seattle and put him on a bunch of shows all over. He'd always hit me up and be like, hey, dude, or if he needed something, I'd even hook him up by like give him some rides here and there.
Right.
Because he'd come up to Seattle from LA. So then I moved to LA and I hit him up. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm here now. What do you got going on? He's like, oh, bro, I got this show, where they do the rock and roll, where they sing, So I go out there and dude, that guy blew me off so hard. And it was almost like a movie where I was walking up and he's talking to some chick, or this chick had just come to and start talking. And then I was like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, and I was like, oh no, the finger up. Bro, so I hung out for a minute and then I took off and I was just like, dude, and I don't talk to this guy anymore. And I'm telling you, I used to talk to him 5 times a week. Damn. And when you start to reflect back, you're like, oh, I see what that was all about.
Right.
It was just for the shows. It was just for the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you're lining their pockets, you know what I mean? But it's like the second, you're in their town, it's like, nah.
And people get good at that too.
Yeah, man.
Almost to the point where I don't know they know that they're doing it necessarily. They just got so used to it. I'm not giving them a pass because you're being a dick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's almost like they got so used to it. It's just a very natural. They know all the moves. They know, oh, now it's time to send a text. Hey, what's up? Random thought. Da-da-da.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And isn't that the craziest thing? Because if you blew up tomorrow and you were in like a Marvel movie or whatever else, the motherfucker would be texting you like your best friends.
100%. Even right now, I know he'd do that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Can't wait.
Oh man! Did you guys? Speaking of Marvel movies, did you guys see Black Panther 2?
Oh,
is it out?
It was out.
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay for it, but I watched it.
Whoa!
Is
it on streaming? Is it already on streaming? Then
it's certain streaming, yes.
I'm gonna watch it immediely. Yeah,
it went straight to streaming.
No, not to Disney streaming, but like So Disney, if you see me, I didn't really watch
pirated
it.
Immediately. Wow. Oh god. I saw a movie last night. I did go to the movie theater last night with Tori because she wanted to see this movie called The Menu.
Oh, yeah. So please give us a rating. Don't ruin it for us. But
never even heard of it.
It's
interesting. It's
interesting.
Check out the trailer.
I would go 7. Like I wouldn't say it's worth going to the theater for.
So definitely wait for it to
be out. Definitely wait.
Like 6,
have you seen the other? So there's a movie similar, kind of not similar. There's one about like cannibals that I've been seeing this trailer. about these people who like to just eat other people, and it just looks fucking weird.
So funny. So that's the movie that Tori thought we were going to go see, was this movie about people eating other people, and it's called The Menu, and it's like super,
Oh, right.
it's like it's a horror film, but basically,
Right.
but kind of not really almost.
But it looks like the girl showed up to something she wasn't supposed to be at, and everybody else was supposed to be there.
Exactly. And you're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a whatever type of movie.
Okay.
I thought it was entertaining though, and I thought, like, I feel like the boys would be okay with this. I think the boys find it more entertaining than this is not so much for ladies. But
that chick's funny. That lead actress in that.
Yeah, she was on the fucking that chess movie.
Right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, she kills it. She's got that, real wide eye, like her eyes are like.
Yeah, you always think somebody's behind you when she's looking towards you.
She can,
right?
She can steer.
Oh man,
that's hilarious.
But yeah, so okay, not worth.
I would wait for it, but we also saw. So it's kind of funny. We saw Where the Crawdads Sing. Have you guys heard of that fucking movie?
Jay?
Yeah, no, I've never heard of it.
No, of course, I have a girlfriend, so that's why I'm watching these movies. Where the Crawdads Sing, it's on Netflix. It's #1 on Netflix. It's total chick flick, because when I was watching it, I could not stop laughing at how fake and like phony this whole thing was. It's like it's basically The Notebook. It's just a ripoff of The Notebook, but like a poor shitty version of it, but it's basically the same fucking thing. And we're watching it, and I'm like, I was hooked into it because I'm like, this is so phony. Like, this woman is supposed to be like a swamp woman. Like, she lives out in the swamp, but she is like completely groomed perfectly. And like, just like, are you kidding me? I just can't even get into the whole movie because I don't believe that this swamp person abandoned at 6 years old, like Mowgli. Like, you're going to tell me Mowgli is just going to come out of the forest just like hair flowing? No, it's going to be one single dreadlock. They're going to have yellow teeth and grown out nails, and they're going to make animal sounds.
What's Mowgli?
Mowgli from the Jungle Book.
Oh, man, haven't seen that either. Yeah, haven't seen that either. Hey, if you got there's a series on Netflix right now called I think it's Dude, Where's My Pepsi Jet? Or no, Where's My Pepsi Jet?
Yes.
Pepsi,
Okay, I've seen the
jet.
preview for it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's worth it.
Watch it.
Can I trash Where the Crawdads Are for just 2 more seconds?
Yeah, please. Yeah, I thought that was it.
No, I'm almost done. It was basically though this whole fucking garbage movie, when it all like the plot like is so obvious what's gonna happen. It's so obvious, and I'm just like, I'm watching this and I'm thinking that both Tori and I are in the same mental state of like, this is a dumb, phony movie, and it's completely easy to read where it's going. And I turn and look at her, and she is just streaming tears. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So good. Oh my god, man.
For the ladies, watch Where the Crawdads Sing. But for the guys, if you want to watch it with them, it's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
That reminds me of that could segue us into this next Gen Z scheduled crying story.
Oh, yeah. Fill us in.
Yeah, so this is a new thing happening where Gen Zers are scheduling time in their workday for crying. And it's not just one person that came out and said that. They actually like explored this, and they found many people. There's so many names. I thought usually they'll have like some generalized a story will have a generalized title up top.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, there's a huge problem with this thing. You come in and this one person dealt with some little shitty moment in their life. If I don't have a good cry at least every 2 weeks minimum, it just feels like all my emotions are just like locked in, and I just need to like release it so I can start thinking literally clearly again.
How do you even cry them? I mean, this must be like a really young person, because I
wait, did it say what the actual age? What is first off,
so it's 18 to whatever it is.
Alexa, what is Gen Z age group? 10 to 24.
10 to 24.
I'll look at 4-year-old.
So I'll look at my calendar and think, I'm not doing anything else today. I just need to like. Oh, by the way, I'm not adding the likes. These are all in the quote. I'm not trying to be funny.
I could definitely cry on command at 24.
I just need to like release my emotions so I can start thinking clearly again. So when I'm ready to let the tears flow, put on tearjerker TV show, typically Grey's Anatomy or This Is Us, and makes a point of feeling her feelings. This goes on and on and on. Scheduled crying. It's become a thing on TikTok. People are scheduling crying sessions and crying onto their TikTok and uploading it. Why, you ask? To feed the algorithm and to get likes. That's why. This dude,
we know
what
somebody
is
who's
wrong with people?
Didn't we just watch the video of somebody crying on TikTok?
I don't do. Oh yeah,
man. I feel like it's not just to get likes
Yeah.
though, but that means that there's a community of people that just that are just really fucking sad. It's actually kind of sad, you know.
Poor shit. Why do you not think it's for the likes?
No, I think it's not only. Well, I mean, of course, it's for the likes, but you got to understand that those likes are being generated by some people who are like comforted by the fact that this is content that they're seeing,
yeah,
so they can relate
people.
to it.
Other
I know.
weak-minded.
That's who's on the app though. I mean, what advertisements do you see on TikTok, but not catered for weak ass people? It's not like you're seeing fucking BMW ads.
No, you are not. You're seeing really shittily.
You're seeing like
Chinese made knockoff jerseys.
That's
$12.
a good point. But yeah, I see both sides of the coin. I see people who are needing. Yeah, I just gave up. You know, but it's like I guess I see, like Tyler's saying, there are people who are just emotionally, but it's like I also get, maybe we were just raised in a different era where it's like you cry.
Yep.
Like if you cry, you go cry in private. You know what I mean? You don't need to share
it's
that
not
shit
about the
with
crying.
Yeah.
It's about that you set your camera up on a tripod, edited in background music, put a filter on it, and cried at different angles till it worked.
What if it was one of those things that just like takes a photo of you every 5 minutes or whatever, and you're like, I just happen to be crying this time.
That's different.
Yeah, you know that's such a good. You broke it down perfectly. Yeah, you had to set up the camera.
Yeah.
You had to create this crying. I think I want people to know it's okay to cry, but
totally.
if you're setting up your shit just to get sympathy, likes, and everything else, that's
ill-intentioned.
Yeah,
dude, it's gross. I keep watching these things, like a couple like hugging off in the distance on a couch, and they're like comforting each other, and like, dude, you had to set the camera up, and it only records for so long. So like, you had to do that, then run back. You're probably both out of breath, but you're trying to slow your breathing down so it looks natural. It's like, it's all bullshit. Everybody thinks they're in a movie.
You know,
so it's created the. Sorry, dude. I'm going.
Oh, no. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
One other thing.
Yeah.
This is this my truth thing that I think is spreading out to everything else. Like you were talking about something before. Oh, not reading the room.
Right.
Well, because that involves other people and your empathy of situations and other people. We've moved out of the other people part, and now we're more about what's in it for me, what's good for me. It's about me. So this my truth thing was born. Well, that's my truth. There is no such thing as my truth or your truth. There is the truth,
right?
But it's not my truth. That gives you an escape hatch to then say and do anything you want, and then wrap it up in the burrito of this is my truth.
God, you're so right today. You know, like that's just such an easy out when you're like, I'm just speaking my truth. You know what I mean? It's like you could be lying through your fucking teeth and be like, this is my truth. Fuck you guys.
And act. That's from Windy City Heat.
Nice.
That would be really funny if when they lean in to like press the button on the camera, they're just like, scene.
Yeah, you just touch the end of it. No, that would be dope. That would be great.
I think that also brings up another thing. It's like this generation lacks authenticity.
Dude.
Like it's always a trend. It's always you doing a voice of somebody doing content. You know, it's like you're just lip syncing to something. You're lip syncing over the actual quote.
Yep.
You're doing somebody else's dance. It just lacks such.
I remember when. If I hear that, woo, I hate it. I hate, dude, I'm waiting for the FCC to shut that shit down. You can't stay away from TikTok. It infiltrates your life. I want it gone.
Man, it is so easy to doom scroll though on that shit, isn't it? And then the same thing with like YouTube is trying to do it too with the little like shorts where it's like, okay, next.
I figure
They want
it's
your
like
attention.
dating apps that I'm on. When women see me, it's just it's an easy it's a lot of this. just a lot of scroll past. You know what I mean? And that's how I treat it. I just scroll past.
Yeah, Divine Equinox, you're right on. But we have been filming Gen
that's
Z.
Exactly
here.
1,000,000% right.
It is true.
Yep.
That is true. We created a monster.
Yeah. I mean, think about all the parents who like capture these kids on film. They put them up, and then all of a sudden, now it's like, oh, that's how mom and dad's phone works.
Dude, your whole life is on Instagram.
Yeah, isn't that crazy to think? Like
dude, pre-20, I don't really exist.
Yeah, you can I exist maybe on a VHS, a few VHSs.
I am a little jealous of that because these guys are going to be able to scroll their entire lives.
How cool. And having an app that when I'm stoked right now, my Google Photos goes back about 11 years, 12 years.
Right.
Because that's when it was all like really when they were starting to use the metadata and stuff. So it's like, oh, something pops up from 12 years ago. I'm like, oh, cool. Right. I look at it through a little, it's got a cool little, editing thing it does. But dude, imagine if your whole life was served up to you, like you're saying, all the time. That would be crazy.
I mean,
I don't know what that's like.
We really didn't get to experience the high school reunion, if you will. Like, I mean, Facebook and MySpace told us who already was balding and fat. It's like,
dude,
it's
true.
I
didn't even get an invite to my 20th fucking reunion was this year.
Man, yeah. Well, I think mine was what? No, it was a few years ago, and it was last year.
This year.
Mine was last year, and I didn't.
Was yours your 40th?
20th.
How old do you think I'm 70? No, but it was my 30th.
Oh my god. Before we go, Bill Smith. Who's Bill Smith?
Yeah, I just wanted to give it just a moment for this, just because I have a microphone and nobody here will know who this is, but I thought it'd be cool to put it out in the ether.
Oh yeah.
So, an amazing guy named Bill Smith from Bend, Oregon. He was revolutionary in Bend, Oregon. He created the Old Mill District. He revitalized that whole city. Has a place called the Les Schwab Amphitheater down there. It's a really cool venue. And I worked real close with his daughter, Marnie, when I was doing, Bend nights back in the day. And, the reason I want to talk about him, he just passed away a couple days ago, 82 years old.
Wow.
And, it's really hard. I didn't have mentors in my life that, on the business side that would help guide me. It was a real long, lonely, hard, nasty road. And really duking it out and failing and finding some successes. And it was real tough. These folks, the Smith family, were so generous to me. And, they did things that nobody else would do. They gave me for free their whole 8,500 person venue at the Les Schwab Amphitheater to have shows. They'd give me free tickets to give away tickets to the Black Crows or Willie Nelson or
you're gonna say the Black community.
No. Come on, don't mess up my nice. But he was just he was really cool. His daughter was really cool. They did so many things for a guy like me that they just didn't have to do. So I just wanted to recognize just an amazing family and just give a nice send off to Mr. Smith. And I know nobody here on the call knows him. This is more just for me. Dude. But real great people. And I just wish there was more people like that.
I love that. We don't get enough good stories like that. I mean, about the Bill Smiths of the world. I mean, people who are selfless and, don't have an agenda. You know what I mean? It's like, we know too many people in this world who are like, I'll give you something, but what are you going to do for me? Right.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing, dude. I'm glad you said that. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm glad you said I had nothing to offer them.
Right.
I had nothing to offer them.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't matter. And always getting accepted into a meeting. I could walk right into the office and just go talk. It was not only did they help, they were welcoming and sought nothing in return from me. Good point. That's the biggest thing.
I love that.
Man.
Be a Bill Smith, people.
What if you just read that situation wrong and they were wanting something back?
And that's why we quit working together.
Yo, I love giving people their flowers, and
that dude hated me too. Yeah.
I love giving people their flowers and just hearing about their legacy. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. I you know, it's just cool to know that there are people like that in this world who are, you know, there's nothing but like just love, you know, coming out of it and helping other people grow, man. That's what I remember Denzel saying, that he was like, each one teach one, you pull up the next one, you know. And
dude,
yeah,
hey, look, I know we're a little over here, but that is your responsibility in this world. You know, be the sum of all the bad experiences and all the good experiences you've had, and take that to somebody else. Mentor somebody else. I seek that out now, and I have people I mentor, and I love it. Has nothing to do with me. Has to do with what they get out of it, and I love that. So do that. Be that person, but only be that person for people who are hungry, engaged, and want to do something. Don't waste your time on people who think it's owed or that they think they deserve it. You don't deserve anything in this world. You earn all of it. Yep. So help those people. That's your job. That's your responsibility. Whatever you're great at, pass it along.
Oh yeah. All right. Plugs.
I'm going to take a deep breath after this show. That's what I'm still trying to figure out. BS Jeffrey, I like where your head's at, but how do you get paid as a mentor?
It's true.
Tyler, what you got coming up?
2 dope shows this Saturday. One at the Roxy Theater, hosted by Joe Rogers, and the other one is going to be hosted by me at the Everett Theater with Adam Ray. Tickets are flying, so
nice.
Dope, dude.
All you Seattle people. Get on it.
And then I wanted to ask you: is there somebody who's also stealing the dope show in Missouri, or was that one of your shows? Is
Probably.
It trademarked?
It's trademarked. Was somebody trying to use that name?
I'll send you the thing. Somebody we know was on the show, or maybe that was the venue name. I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, don't buy any fake tickets, people. Only support the Tyler Smith.
This is shit.
Yeah. Let's see. So I'll be performing this Saturday. First time back. A little nervous. Not gonna lie, man. So I'll be at the Crocodile. I'll be doing 2 sets, 2 8-minute.
You're going to the Crocodile in Seattle?
Yeah, man.
Bro, that's your first show back. Is like the. It's like a chapel. It's a church.
Is it?
For the greatest.
Oh, God.
What, dude? I sat in 2000. In 2000, I sat in the alleyway behind the Crocodile, with my ear on the door, listening to a Pearl Jam show.
Holy shit!
And then Matt Cameron came out back and had some smokes, dude. And he was just kicking it with like 4 of us back there.
Crazy,
dude. The Crocodile. That was owned by the guy from REM.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that place has been around forever, and it's like it's the church of rock and roll, and that's where you decided to go have your first show.
Dude, I have so many random like just things that fall in my lap. I don't deserve any of them.
Yeah. It's a new venue though. It's not the Crocodile anymore, right?
I don't know. They still call it the Crocodile, or so.
Where is it?
Seattle, somewhere. I'll find out the exact.
Dude,
and just make sure.
I think it's called Hereafter. Is that right?
I think. Is it called here? I don't know.
Crocodile.
Yeah, it's a high show. It's where people are like, they get high, and then I do like they improv to whatever my set is. So it's my childhood friend Annie. She runs it. So it's Bandit Theater, and they're gonna improv off.
Oh, it's the Who's High show?
Yeah, something. Yeah.
The Crocodile closed in 2007 before being reopened as the Crocodile back in 2009. It's owned by Susan Silver. Susan Silver was Chris Cornell's ex-wife.
No shit.
The manager of Soundgarden and Alice in Chains, and crazy dude.
I'll have her call you.
Mad Season, dude.
Okay.
Dope. Yeah, that's got Mike McCready from Pearl Jam in it. It's got Lane Staley as the lead singer from Alice in Chains.
Man,
yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right. Well, that's where I'll be. So, and then,
man.
I've got some other stuff coming up. Snoqualmie Casino, December 11th with Adam Ray. Yeah, if you don't see him with Tyler, then come see him with me. Vice versa. If you're not gonna go see mine, go see Tyler's. Or go see both. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I'm sure Adam will bring some additional material to eat.
Sure.
Yeah. But that's all we've got. We hope that you guys have a safe, fun holiday. Yeah, man. Just putting positivity out in the world, man. Bill Smith, shout out, man. His family. I love all the good vibes, man. That's how we're rolling out of 2022.
That's
coming
right.
into 2023 with the big fuck you.
That's right. Dude.
Yeah. But until next time, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Quite a few people in the chat. Jay, we see you. Thank you for tuning in. Although your dad didn't have Wi-Fi,
that's why he's not here.
Phone. Yeah. So,
enjoy your day off.
But until next time, guys, we appreciate you. Have a good evening.
All right, later. Here we go. Later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.